So, getting into running one of Ireland's oldest comedy club, how is
Hmm.
that like? Getting the message saying, "Listen here, sweetheart, you're running the
Yeah.
best club in Ireland."
Listen, listen here. No pressure, but, yeah. Do you know what? It was weird. It's like kind of like what I touched on there. It was during COVID that these conversations were happening, so I sort of agreed to take it over at a time when it didn't really exist. So it was kind of, and I was initially running it with another comedian who she didn't pursue it then in the end, but it was the pair of us were asked to do it, and so yeah, it was just kind of weird. We were sort of like, I guess we'll be running that when things pick up. But like, I'd say we actually had the conversation like a year or more out of when COVID finished. So it was kind of like this hypothetical thing. And so then when it did become a reality, again, because everything was up in the air and nobody really knew what way things were going to run in this new post-COVID world, it kind of alleviated any of that pressure, I think, because there was this sense of, well, if it doesn't really work, it won't be my fault. It'll be because of COVID and stuff. So I think actually that was probably a good thing. So I didn't really have that intense like, oh my god, I'm taking over, this hugely important thing. I didn't really feel it. Everything, sure, you know yourself, after COVID everything was just thrown up in the air, so I kind of just went with that feeling.
And being like a booker, host, an architect of comedians' destinies, just to be
Thank you.
correct.
Thank you, Marvin. Thank you. You need to say it 5 times throughout the podcast as per my contract. Thank you.
And being a comedian as well, how they say, what would you say are the benefits and sometimes the drawbacks? Do you get some funny messages saying, "Oi, what you not putting me on for?"
Oh yeah, a little bit of that. I mean, yeah, I'll start with the benefits. The benefits are just for my own creativity. It's been invaluable, just to have this space every Wednesday that feels like mine. Like it starts to feel like your own sitting room after a while because you just feel so comfortable in the space. And it starts to feel like the people coming in the door are your friends, they, they mightn't agree with, but you just really start to feel comfortable in this place. And that's allows you, I think, to be very free creatively because you can kind of take some risks, or you can, you just feel, I feel very open when I'm there, and I just feel this sense that I can try whatever I want and all that. And I think that's invaluable, and just even practically, I mean, I'm on tour with my solo show at the moment, and the same with my previous show. Like I essentially wrote that, by trying stuff out on the Wednesdays kind of thing. So just in that very practical sense, you have this space to just play, you know. Then in terms of like the sort of more I guess career side of things, people get to know you a little bit more. People running festivals and stuff kind of are aware of you. So there's opportunities that kind of comes with that as well. So it's been all great sort of from that side of things. The negative, I guess, you do get a little bit I haven't had too many crazy messages, I'll be honest. I'm sure there's people out there who are kind of like, oh, she never books me or whatever. But I try and be fair. There's definitely people who slip under the radar for sure. Um, so I definitely, but I think after a while you sort of have to let that go a little bit and just accept that, you're not, you don't owe anybody anything really, and I'm just trying to run a good night. I'm trying to be fair, but ultimately I'm trying to serve the audience in front of me. I try and have a female act on every week, which I pretty much have been successful with that, bar maybe once when somebody had to cancel or whatever. So that's not something I sort of, advertise or kind of make a big deal of. That's just my own kind of thing that I feel is sort of important. So, um, it's just, yeah, I've had a few, I'd say there's a few people who possibly are disgruntled with me or whatever, but ultimately, I don't think there's anybody that has been fantastic that isn't getting a gig off me. That sort of way. There's nobody that, like I don't have a sort of, I'm not one of these people who's like, has beef with people. you know, I just don't, I'm oblivious to anything like that. So, there's nobody that I, amn't booking because, oh, well, they looked sideways at me or whatever. If people are good and they're in the scene and they're going well, then I'm booking them. Yeah. And I try and just ignore the other emails.
Fair enough.
That's my modus operandi. Just ignore.
It's probably the safer thing.
Yes, I think so. Don't engage. Yeah.